Welcome back everyone. Today we are going to have a fun lesson because we are diving into idioms. Idioms are these interesting expressions that do not mean exactly what the words say. They carry a hidden cultural meaning, and once you start using them, your English instantly sounds more colorful and natural. For example, instead of saying I am very busy, a native speaker might say I am swamped. Instead of saying good luck, they might say break a leg. You hear idioms in movies, songs, and daily conversations all the time, and today you are going to understand and use some of the most common ones. So let us start by understanding what an idiom actually is. An idiom is a phrase whose meaning is different from the literal words in it. When someone says it is raining cats and dogs, nobody imagines animals falling from the sky. It simply means it is raining heavily. Idioms add personality and emotion to your English. They make your sentences feel alive and expressive rather than plain. Now let me share some idioms that you can use every single day. Imagine your friend has an interview and you want to wish them good luck. Instead of saying good luck, you can say break a leg. If something is very easy, you can say it is a piece of cake. When you are tired and you want to go to sleep, you can say I am going to hit the sack. If you are feeling a little sick, you can say I feel under the weather. When someone reveals a secret, you can say they spilled the beans, and when they reveal it by accident, you can say they let the cat out of the bag. When something happens very rarely, you can say once in a blue moon. If something is very expensive, you can say it cost an arm and a leg. When you want someone to relax, you can say take it easy, and if someone accepts more work than they can handle, you can say they bit off more than they could chew. These idioms are simple, friendly, and perfect for everyday English. Let us listen to a fun conversation between Arvind and Ramesh so you can hear these idioms in action. Arvind sees Ramesh and says, "Hey, you look tired today." Ramesh says, "Yeah, I hit the sack really late last night." Arvind asks, "Why? What happened? Come on, spill the beans." Ramesh laughs and says, "Alright, I was watching a movie and I got hooked." Arvind smiles and asks, "Did you finish your work?" Ramesh shakes his head and says, "Not really, I think I bit off more than I can chew." Arvind laughs and says, "Typical." Then he says, "By the way, I bought a new phone yesterday." Ramesh says, "Nice, how much was it?" Arvind makes a face and says, "Do not ask, it cost an arm and a leg." Ramesh says, "Ouch." Arvind adds, "But the setup was a piece of cake." Then Ramesh says, "Tomorrow is your presentation, so break a leg." Arvind says, "Thanks, but I hope I do not feel under the weather in the morning." Ramesh says, "Just take it easy, you will be fine." Arvind nods and says, "Let us get a coffee, I need one." Ramesh says, "Let us go, coffee helps once in a blue moon." Notice how much more lively the conversation feels with idioms instead of plain sentences. Now let us make this interactive. I will give you situations and you think of the idiom that fits. Your friend has an exam, so which idiom would you use to wish good luck? When you take too much work, what idiom describes that? When someone accidentally reveals a surprise, which idiom matches that situation? When you want to relax, which idiom means calm down? And when something is extremely expensive, which idiom should you use? Say the answers out loud and check if they match the ones you just learned. When you learn idioms, do not force yourself to memorize long lists. Learn slowly and meaningfully. Take 5 idioms a week and try to use them in real conversations. Watch shows with subtitles, write small sentences in a notebook, and listen to native speakers to see how they use idioms naturally. Idioms stick in your mind when you use them, not when you simply read them. You did really well today. Idioms give your English personality and confidence. They make you sound fluent and expressive. Use them in your messages, your conversations, even your emails. The more you use them, the more natural they feel. Great job today, and I will see you in the next unit.